Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pageant Sit Down. It is episode 90. Yes, 90. We've hit a new episode. I don't know where I was going with that. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Regina Lena, one of your hosts, and I am joined, as always, with my co-host, Elizabeth. Hey, Liz.
Hi, Regine. How are you tonight?
I'm well, thank you. And to those who are tuning in and realizing we're matching, we are. We're excited to announce that we got our own merch. Yay!
Woo!
Is it for sale yet? I don't know. If you are interested in purchasing any of our merch, like this video or leave a comment down below, and we'll consider it. But this past weekend was a very busy, sparkly, beautiful weekend here in the city of Toronto. It was the Canada Galaxy National Pageant, and we have new queens, Liz.
Yay! More sisters in the sisterhood. So excited.
I know, and it was a crazy weekend. I'm so grateful I got to spend the weekend with you. We spent a lot of time together, actually.
A lot of time. When you weren't napping, you were with me. So I'll take it.
That was one day. But we do have one of the newly crowned queens with the new crowns, actually.
That's right. Shall we introduce her?
You shall introduce her.
Okay. Everyone, please welcome our brand new Mrs. Galaxy Canada 2023, Trish Vergo.
Hi guys.
Hi. How are you?
Good. I'm so gagged that my first appearance is with you guys.
And it's
We're
your first
so
time
excited.
on the Pageant Sit Down. Oh my goodness. Well, Trisha, before we get into it, Liz and I have known you for a few years, but I'm sure there are many people who are tuned in who don't know who you are. So if you don't mind, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Okay. I just celebrated my 37th birthday a week before I headed off to Toronto. And that's where I won this little fella. Beautiful.
Nice.
So I'm a project manager. I work in facilities management. I have always worked in facilities management for about 9 years, but I went back to university last year. So that was big at 36, going back to school after a few years. And I live in Edmonton with my husband, Cody. He is a golf professional. We love to golf, we love to travel, and we have 2 puppies. We have a senior Chihuahua that we rescued from California, and recently we rescued a new doggo from Mexico, a Chiweenie. Can you believe that? A Chiweenie.
Wait, what's a Chiweenie? Like, what is the...
It's like a wiener dog mixed with a Chihuahua. Chiweenie.
So it's like small
That's
and
so
long.
cute.
But,
Small and long.
Is your dog more of the wiener size, so it's like elongated and skinny, or is it more like
short and
Too cute.
super long? We adopted her and we didn't even know what she was. We got her flown to Canada, and then we took her to the vet, and she wasn't growing taller, she was just growing longer. They were like, it's a Chiweenie, and I was like, that is fantastic. I love it.
That is the best name for a dog I think I've ever heard.
100% Chiweenie.
So cute. Well, I'm sure your dogs and your husband are incredibly proud of you. I know we are. Liz and I have been rooting for you since last year. And who else has been cheering for you is Janice McGregor, who's in the chats and says, "The pride of E-Town. Congratulations, Trisha. Much love from a former Edmontonian."
Love her. Yes. Edmonton. I didn't know. I recently found that out. Rep in Edmonton.
Love it.
Yes. Well, we do ask questions on social media, and you mentioned your husband. He did ask a question. He's a cheeky monkey. He says, "How did you meet your ever so handsome husband, and what's the best attribute he has?" Oh, he's going.
Oh my God. Okay, I love him. He would. Okay. I met him because of The Bachelor, actually. So I was a contestant on The Bachelor Canada, and I was away for about 3 months, and they don't pay you on the show. So I took a leave from work, and I came back and was very poor. So I got a second job at a golf course, waitressing. And that's how I met my husband. So The Bachelor didn't work out, but literally 2 weeks later, I met Cody. So
It was meant to be.
it was
That's awesome.
fate, yes. And his best attribute, I would have to say that he is a very patient person. I am not maybe the most patient person. So we're kind of yin and yang in that regard. Is like he keeps me grounded and takes me down a couple levels when maybe I'm spinning out.
That's
Rarely.
awesome. So I saw your reaction from the sidelines when your name was not called. But what was your husband's reaction? Because he wasn't here last year, right? What was it like for him to be there?
Yes. So because he's a golf professional, his season all the way into October is crazy. And I didn't even think he was coming this year. And on my birthday last week, in my birthday card, I opened it up and it was a ticket to Toronto. And oh my God, even just thinking about it, I get a little teary-eyed. So he surprised me to come and support me. And as you guys know, the show was it was a bit lengthy. I don't think he was prepared for pageant land. And he said that from the audience, so many people were cheering. And he's like, that he really loved that. I guess everyone was cheering. I think you were sitting by him, Liz.
I was sitting directly behind Trisha's husband, screaming into his ear, so sincerely apologize. But yeah, big fans at the back of the room and all around for Trisha. So yeah, he was great. He was, every time she came on, he knew when it was happening. He had his phone ready. He had the video going. Perfect pageant husband. Good for him.
100%. He was a perfect angel, messaging all the fam, taking the vids, doing the things. I was
Amazing.
like, wow, 10 out of 10, babe. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And that is his best, or one of his best attributes.
Yes. Very good.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to know, so you and Jenna's Mrs. Galaxy Canada 2022. You two are best friends. You were her first runner-up. First off, okay, hang on, backtrack. There were so many first runner-ups that came back and won. I am so proud of all of you. I was like, yes, first runner-up victories.
I think 27 contestants total came back and a ton of first runners.
Wow. But I mean, seeing you and Chanel both, I'm like, yes, those are my girls. But what was it like for you being crowned by Jenna, who is one of your best friends in the pageant world? Don't cry.
Typically, like losing. Let's be real, losing sucks. It sucks really hard, even to somebody as amazing as Jenna. And I had no regrets about it though, because she was so hardworking. You know, I had seen her dedication, her hard work. So I was so happy to support her throughout the year. And our friendship just kept growing and growing and growing. And I just kept manifesting that. Imagine that we come full circle and she would get to crown me. And then when it actually happened, honestly, my soul left my body. I'm pretty sure. Like it flew up in the air, and then we just cried. And I think she cried harder than me because that's just who she is. She's the biggest cheerleader. It'll probably be my favorite moment, like ... forever. Wedding, it's no problem. It's this.
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
It was very emotional. It was like literally for me, one after another, like every single person that got crowned, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my God. Like it was such an exciting time. And especially you, Trisha, like we've talked a lot, and I know you talked to my sister frequently. So like we have like a relationship, and it was just so exciting. And like to see your growth from last year, this actually connects to a question we have online. I can ask this next, but it was really, really exciting. But Maria, the pageant gal, asked, what did you focus on more this year in comparison to your last year? So what was the difference?
Love Maria. She taught me to do this makeup.
Ooh, love it.
You know what it was is I had the like the work ethic. I knew what I needed to do and I knew why I was doing it. But last year I felt really laser focused on winning. Like I had done all this work, and to make that work matter, I had to win. And I think that caused me to just have these blinders on to not enjoy the experience and not be my most authentic self, who's like really fun and bubbly and like living her best life. And I was a little dry. My sparkle was not there. I saw it even looking at the videos from last year, and I knew. I was like, oh, that was dry. And so coming back, Regine actually gave me the absolute best advice. Because you also came back as a first runner-up, and you said, just live in the moment and actually enjoy yourself and have fun. And I did. I was smiling the entire weekend. I was like, this is awesome. The pink party is awesome. The pajama party is awesome. I am excited for everything, regardless of the outcome. And it completely changed my performance, like completely.
Yeah,
awesome.
It looked fun on stage. Like you were like interacting with the judges, smile. Like you were smiling last year too, but like you could just tell like the energy was different, which was really awesome.
For sure.
And vibe check.
Yes, exactly. But it's true what you said. Like I find I was the exact same way my first year. I was just so in my head, but I was also coaching a lot of the girls that were there as well with me. So I found that I was more focused on them than I was on myself. And that's why I always say, like, it's better to just be in the moment. And I'm so glad that you took that advice and you came back and you won. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, guys.
You're so welcome. So going to the chats, because I do have it on my phone, Melissa Gregory sends you lots of heart emojis. Katie Marnock says, hello, ladies. Cindy with an S says, hi. And Janice says, hi, ladies. Congratulations, Trisha.
I love it.
So much
love in the chat.
Desperately. I remember telling Jenna, I can't remember, we were chatting one time, and I said, what I want the most is to be part of the sisterhood. Like, of course you want to win and you want the crown and you want that moment. But it was like a sorority that I was trying to get entrance to. And I was like, come on, like, let me in.
It really is like a sorority. Like we all are connected, and even, with the regional delegates as well. But there's something about the national queens and everyone, we're really tight knit. So welcome to the club.
Welcome, as Cindy now calls it, the legacy queens.
I love that, the legacy queens. It's so regal.
It's so different. Speaking of Jenna, because I know you had mentioned her earlier, she has a couple questions, but one of the questions I do want to ask is, what has been the best thing that has come out of pageantry for you?
Oh, that right there, right? The sorority, the legacy, the sisterhood. I mentioned that 27 girls returned from the previous year of Canada Galaxy, and it was a giant reunion party, just like hugs everywhere. So many girls that you get to know and follow. And one of my favorites to see come back last minute was Leah. And then when she won, me and Caroline were peeping in the audience. We sat down for a bit, and I cried so hard because I love her, and I love everyone. It's such a great feeling to have this kind of sisterhood, and you truly can't understand it until you're a part of it.
Exactly. Well, speaking of Leah, I think all three of us were cheering for her. Yes. And there is no doubt that I probably had the hardest job as the MC, and seeing the results, one, not being able to react, and two, not being able to react calling their name. I was like, my God.
I couldn't be in a position. No, I was in the audience, phone out, screaming, crying, all the things. So I couldn't be. If I was looking at the results, I would be like, I'll have to quit. This is too much.
I was very close to be like, Cindy, You take over. I can't
Yeah.
do this.
I need a minute.
No, seriously.
How did you get into emceeing, Regine?
Great question. I don't know. It kind of just fell on my lap. I think it's one of those things where I just like to talk to people, and I guess the confidence that I showcased that I didn't think I showcased on stage while presenting and talking to people has caught people's attention. My first MC gig was actually with Scott Dion Brown for a pageant, the PIDC pageant, which was my first pageant. And we just ended up being paired up together, and then here we are.
I love it. You're very good.
Thank you.
It's
I wish
hard to control a room.
It is, but my biggest, I guess, insecurity when it comes to public speaking, which is no surprise to many people who have seen me MC, is I am a sounds with phonics, or I have a struggle reading out loud. Like, I hate a script. I would rather improvise. And so to all those who are questioning my abilities to read on Sunday, that is why.
Job. No, you did very good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So back to you, Trisha. I know we talked a lot about Canada Galaxy, and we do have a lot of questions about Galaxy. But one thing I want to know is, how did you get into pageants? Because this isn't your first rodeo.
No. Let's see. Scroll back 11 years, perhaps. I grew up in a really small town, like Fort Kent, Ardmore, Bonnyville, in Alberta. And my parents would always watch Miss Universe and Miss USA, and we were obsessed. And I didn't know like how Canada got a girl there. And someone told me, they're like, you can just apply regionally, like for Alberta, and go. And in my mind, I was like, would never ever happen, but what a cool experience. So I traveled to Edmonton and signed up, and they were like, yeah, we'll take you. And I was like, this is amazing. Actually, one of the gals, Valerie, Ms. Montreal, was in that first pageant with me, Miss Universe Canada 2011. Oh. Yeah. So here we are 11 years later, 12 years later, competing together. Wow. So I just got hooked. I loved it. I loved finding a voice, like realizing that people wanted to know what you thought and felt about things was very interesting for me. And I just wanted to keep doing it.
For sure.
And here I am. Woo! Yeah. Woo!
Yay.
So
kind of speaking of like making a difference and using your voice, what are some of the things? This is actually a question. How have you and do you continue to make a difference in your community? So what are some things that you do with your title now, especially that you're Mrs. Galaxy Canada?
Great. What a great question. Since I started in pageantry, I got involved in the community. I think I've volunteered with over 40 different organizations. So Santa's Anonymous, Habitat for Humanity, Boyle Street Community Services, so many different organizations that I've gotten to work with. I would have to say a couple of my favorite would be Children's Wish. I volunteer for their gala every year, which is usually themed and you get to dress up. So that's probably why I love that one so much. Last time I think I was a pirate. I went as Captain Jack Sparrow. Like the beard and stuff, that was really fun. Yeah. And then I love mentoring. So I've been mentoring with the Uncles and Aunts organization for 2 years, and they facilitate mentorship relationships for children of single parent families. That one means a lot for me. My parents separated when I was younger, real tough times for all of us. So I really appreciate having that opportunity to be a positive light in those girls' lives. And I run their Girls Growing Strong group. And we've grown so big that now we meet twice a month. So I have the littles. Yeah, the littles and the teens. Wow. We just hang out. Next week, I think we're carving pumpkins and going to the pumpkin festival. So that'll be fun.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I love that. That's really awesome. I think it's such a common thing that a lot of people go through, so sometimes it kind of gets brushed under the rug, but it's so important. And like I've told you this before, but it's something that's really incredible. I really love that what you're doing with that.
Thanks, bud.
Of course. We have some other questions here. This one's from Jenna. This one's kind of fun. What is your favorite pageant snack?
Oh, chicken nugs.
That's a good one. Jenna had some on stage for her.
I was gonna say, are you jealous?
Yeah, I'm actually kidding. It's not chicken nugs, but anytime I hear Jenna and snack, I think about chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, granola bars though is my favorite. Right? You just toss it in the bag.
Smart. Very
yeah.
That's awesome. Really quickly, what was it like, I guess, for you deciding to come back? Like, I know as the first runner-up, it does get a little tough because it's one of those things where you're like, oh, like I know the feelings. It's like, oh, so close. What got you out of that funk first off and made you want to come back?
Yeah, yes. It's almost harder coming back after that because you're a little bit extra vulnerable, right? What if I do even worse? Or I thought about it, I think, for about 2 weeks. And then I talked to you, Regine, and I thought, that's how easy you're going to give up on this? Like, it's just that easy? Like, oh, well, okay. Then you obviously didn't want it. And I did. So after 2 weeks of hemming and hawing and being a little bit too scared to sign back up, I was like, do it. And my husband was like, if you're going to do it, in the words of RuPaul, don't F it up. And so I worked really, really hard. I made sure that I planned out everything. I had almost a full year. So I knew I had the time and I just had to put the dedication there. Right. So
yeah,
it worked out.
And it worked out.
It worked out.
Yes. So you planned your year from when you first signed up or came back to nationals. What does your year look like now from today onto internationals?
Oh, excuse me. I actually, maybe I'm going to show you guys this. I was in the office. This is kind of like my office, and I tore this down to start a new one. So this is like my vision board, kind of.
Yeah.
It's been up for a couple years, and it's literally like how I.
Wow.
Yeah. So it has like the things that mean a lot to me and like the differences that I want to make, and I like to like lay it out and then plot my appearances on there, or I'll have an idea about something because I want to make sure that I'm making a difference and that I'm utilizing my time. And I'm a very visual person. Being a project manager also really helps. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to start, like plotting out all the things that I want to do. I especially want to take this traveling with me. My husband and I, we travel a lot, and I travel a lot for work. So I really want to do some international appearances. I was hoping to go to Australia. That one's still in the works. So how cool would it be if I could link up with some of the Galaxy sisters down under and do something? And I have something that I haven't talked to Cindy with an S about yet.
She's watching.
Yes. Hi, Cindy.
Now.
Yeah. So I have some cool ideas that I got to run by Cindy. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
And your platform is Adopt, Don't Shop. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Adopt, Don't Shop, and then also Girls Growing Strong. So my mentorship group. My first pageant was Miss Universe Canada, and I love pets. I love dogs and animals, and that's something I really wanted to make a difference with. So I held a gala for the Soy Dog Foundation and raised money, and it just helps with spaying and neutering stray dogs. And that's just something that I've been involved with ever since, and it's sort of grown with me. I love to work with the Humane Society here in Edmonton and just share awareness about the importance of spaying and neutering your pet and also adoption. I think a lot of people don't realize how many pets get put down because they don't have someone to love them. So, instead of purchasing a dog, you could adopt a Chiweenie from Mexico, and she only costs $250.
Wow.
And that was including flight to Canada.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So what is the process for someone who might be interested in adoption outside of their country?
So here locally in Edmonton, there's a few organizations that facilitate bringing the dogs into Canada, and you can adopt them that way. That's how we adopted our first dog. And then this most recent one, out of Mexico, they just have so many dogs, they don't know what to do with them. And a friend of ours was flying back to Canada. We were like, hey, yo, can you grab that dog for us? And then they brought it back. And it was actually quite easy. They just need to have their papers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. If you're interested in adopting a dog, reach out to Trisha.
Yes,
Holla.
exactly.
That's awesome. Well, we are at the halfway point already, which I know. And there is a segment on our show, Trisha, which is 5 tips from a beauty queen. And having over 12 years experience in the pageant world, what would be your pageant tips?
Pageant tips. Okay. These are really fresh too, because we just came off of a long weekend. If you can tell, I apologize. I keep tapping my nose and my throat. You get run down really quickly. So I took Emergency, like the little packs, the week leading up, and I still managed to get sick. But I think it's really important to take care of your health and pack everything. Gravol, cold medicine, Advil, Imodium, like you name it. Be prepared, because your health is your most important asset during pageant weekend. Number 2, wear the shorter heel. I had a vision of my swimsuit, with, my nude high heel. It was going to be a whole thing. And I took one look at the stage and those stairs, and I busted out my 3 inchies. And you're not winning or losing over an inch or 2 of heel height. You don't have to wear the tippy tops, girls. It's more important that you can rock that stage with confidence and you're not teeter-tottering around up there. So I would definitely say pack a shorter heel and wear the shorter heel. Just wear it. I had to write these down because I didn't want to someone looking in the distance here. Oh yeah, pack a tote bag. I packed a huge, super cute tote bag in a neutral color, went with all of my outfits. So in the morning, I would put all of my shoes, snacks, makeup, everything that I needed in that bag, so that I wasn't running back and forth throughout the day to your room, or you need something, an extra pair of earrings. Speaking of extra, have a backup. Have a backup for everything. I think we saw like so many malfunctions this weekend, just things going right, left, and center. So if you can have a backup for something, make sure that you pack it. And then I think this is my last one, slippers. Jenna Marie gifted all of the Mrs. Girls a pair of slippers, which was such a perfect gift. I wore mine all weekend. If I didn't need to be in heels, I was squirreling around in my little fluffy pink slippers, and it saved my feet. It saved me.
Awesome.
That was 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Those are 5 great tips. 5 great tips. And it's interesting because you, like you said, fresh off of a very busy weekend. It sounds like a lot of people are getting sick, but it's also germs and the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are germy. Let's blame the kids.
Yeah, it was the kids. Oh, kids are so gross.
Yeah.
So gross. But what did you do to prepare yourself for the weekend? Because like you said, you took Emergency the week before, but what are some tips that you can give all of our viewers who are ready to get on stage?
Yes, especially with Galaxy, and all pageant systems, is really important to know the brand, right? Like what are you auditioning for, interviewing for, and is that going to work for you? I know a few people hadn't done their appearances. So for those who don't know, if you do your 10 appearances, you get 5 bonus points. And to some people, they probably think that isn't a big deal, but it literally will make or break you. In Galaxy, it's 5 points. It's really hard to come back from. So getting those appearances in is crucial for Galaxy, but knowing what is crucial for any pageant system that you're competing in, right? I also worked with a coach. So I worked with Crystal Cavey and Angel, and they just helped make sure that I was on the right track, right? It's same with the mentorship that I do, right? They've been there and they help guide you through something. And I think that can be really, really helpful.
For sure.
You talk about like knowing the brand. I know you've done some other pageants like you've mentioned. What made you so attracted to Galaxy, and why did you choose Galaxy ultimately as your pageant?
Yeah. I had never seen in Canada a system that was so focused on community service. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. Community service, and really celebrating being a delegate, being a queen. It was everything else I had seen. You go, you show up, you win or you don't. That's kind of it. But with Galaxy, everyone was out in their community celebrating who they were, celebrating the system, celebrating things that they loved. And I have been working in my community for so many years, and I thought, wow, like that completely aligns with who I am. And that's why I joined, for sure. And it's changed, honestly, it's changed the way that Canadian pageantry is. It like made it a thing. Galaxy has made appearances and social media and branding yourself a thing. So you're welcome.
Oh my God. Yes, hands down. And I'm sure Cindy is so happy for that. She's actually in the chats right now, and she says, going back to the appearance point, it makes or breaks because so many people don't do them.
Ooh. That's right.
She's calling y'all out. Appearances are definitely a huge thing. And I know some of your sister queens this year have already done a few appearances. I've seen it. And here you are. It's as easy as being on the sit down, guys.
Yes, get on the sit down.
But I love what she mentioned also, is like, you think 5 points, like what's 5 points, you know, in the grand scheme of things. So I think it's good that like the queens are very active in the community, and they've been doing that since like the beginning, because just kind of showing everyone how it's done, so you can emulate that if you want to be a queen. But yeah, I can tell you from personal examples, appearance points are everything. So duo.
Yeah, well, especially when people are losing by like 0.5 of a point.
Yep.
So if the difference between the first runner up and the winner is 0.5 of a point, what you gonna do when you're 5 points behind? Like, you've already taken yourself out. And also you're missing this great opportunity. Judges are on social media, everyone's on social media, and you're missing this opportunity to showcase who you are and be like, oh, we haven't met yet, you're gonna see, but like, look what I'm doing, like, hey, check me out.
It's a resume builder. I tell everyone that it's not only just bonus points, it's interview points, because it helps in both areas there.
100%.
Yeah. But we were talking a little bit about the sister queens and the legacy and all that. Little Alexis Onofre, our new Miss Teen Galaxy Canada, asked, describe your crowning moment in 3 words.
That gave me goosebumps. Hi, Sissy. Surreal. Dreamy.
Ooh, dreamy.
Just ecstatic. Yeah, there we go.
Those are very good words.
Those are 3 good words. I would have not used those.
Yeah. I love it. I love the crowning moments. It's the best part, but it takes a lot of work to get there. And like we were saying with the appearance points, if you don't kind of embrace the whole experience from when you sign up to the very, very last minute of the weekend, you're missing out. So, but you did, you took advantage the whole year. So,
Ooh.
you do it.
I think since I've joined Galaxy, I've done 54.
Wow.
54,
That's amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you joined Canada Galaxy last year during the pandemic. I guess let's talk about it. What was it like? You mentioned you did 54 appearances in 2 years. How did you do that in the midst of a pandemic?
Oh, God bless social media. I did the pink shirt campaign. I loved that. I made some shirts.
I have one.
And I know. That was really fun. I think you just have to be creative in a situation like that. You can look at it like, this is garbage. How am I supposed to do this? But there's so many ways to work around that. One of my favorite Galaxy moments was, and this isn't actually pageant related, this is family related, it was my grandpa's 91st birthday. And I hadn't been able to go and visit him. I visit them every Sunday. And I wasn't able to go see him because of COVID. And I wasn't sure like what I was going to do for his birthday. So I went on social media and I asked if people would be willing to send my grandpa Bill a birthday card. And you guys, the internet came through. People have good hearts. I lost count at, I think, 126 birthday cards. The mailman was like, something is going on. Your grandpa's mailbox is full. People were sending gifts. He got chocolates and cookies, brownies. I couldn't believe it. He told me this was the best birthday that he'd ever had. And it was all because of social media. Yeah.
That's
we should do that again. When's his birthday?
Did you see my face there? I was like, it is December 20
something.
I'm terrible. I'm a terrible.
It's in December.
That's okay.
Oh my God.
No, you made up for it last year. You're fine. Okay, let's do it again this year. So you are very active in your community. You're very active with your family. What do you do outside of pageants and outside of volunteering?
Woo! Oh, a few people know this about me. I am a Peloton princess.
Ooh.
We got a Peloton during the pandemic, and I'm obsessed. I love riding the Peloton. It's so fun.
Who's your favorite instructor?
Community.
Yeah. My favorite instructor is definitely Cody Rigsby.
Yes.
It has to be Cody for sure.
He's such a vibe. I don't have a Peloton. I've never taken any of his classes, but I've seen him on Dancing with the Stars, and he is a whole vibe.
Right?
Yes, he's awesome.
He is just like, he's not even Peloton anymore. He's Cody Rigsby.
Exactly. Yep.
But imagine, like, he was on Dancing with the Stars. How popular on Peloton do you have to be considered a star to be on that show? Or what? Or I guess, what considers you a star to be on that show?
They have so many varieties, but I think it was not only that he was on Peloton, but I think clips of his classes leaked on the internet, and like people were watching it and like viral. Loving him, regardless if they even had a Peloton or not.
100%. I've seen so many memes because of the things he says are just so funny. Yeah,
he's a good pump up. If you ever take a Peloton class, you're gonna feel great after. Well, you'll feel really tired, but you'll feel pumped up.
Noted. Someone lend me your Peloton.
Liz,
I'm coming over.
Yes, sounds good. I was wanting to talk a little bit about Galaxy International now that's kind of your next checkpoint, I guess. What are some things that you're going to be doing to get ready for that? Or anything we're going to be doing differently leading up to that pageant?
Oh my gosh, coming in hot and heavy. I'm just going to stick with my hard work, keep up my hard work. And I really want to get in the right mindset that I don't get stuck in my head. I want to come in like I did at this year's pageant, just like grateful for the experience, excited to be there, and just have the most fun and just like shine from deep inside. And I think that will be my biggest obstacle, is just mental. So definitely gonna have to work on get some coaching for that.
You'll get there. It does take a lot, but just like you said, just be in the right mindset. Be in the mindset, exactly like you said, of where you were this weekend. Because I could tell you, I jumped to first year Galaxy, Regine, and I think I wish I was second year Regine. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do what we did.
It's hard.
It's
those girls slap.
Yeah,
they know what's up, and it's like,
especially because you do see them all on social media and you see what they do, but at the same time, you're the first of your batch to be crowned. Just saying.
Hello, ladies. Hello.
So
that's actually very exciting.
Yes,
it is. Sorry, there's a spider. I'm trying not to kill it on camera or like spit it out of my face.
Murderer!
I'm not the live murder.
I'm not murdering it. I was just swishing it away without touching it, but I didn't want people to see that on camera. We're live, guys. We're live. It's still live. I still see it. Don't worry. So what inspired your fashion? Because you were so glam this weekend. Where'd you get your inspirations from?
Thank you.
Like those gloves. Those gloves were everything.
I loved. And
Jessica
the sleeve.
moment. Yeah.
I don't know. I just had a vision of purple and red. I wanted everything to be, and like, I guess that was my good luck charm. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And both my fun fashion, actually, my swimsuit and my gown, I got like days before leaving.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? My fun fashion had been shipping for months, and it came 2 days before we left. And my swimsuit I got 2 days before. And the gown I got from a local designer here in Edmonton. And yes, I wasn't sure it was going to fit. It was a tiny bit too small, but luckily it had a corset in it. And it was just everything. It was, oh my gosh.
So
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was perfection. Okay. How does your fashion wear travel for months? Where did you order it from?
The States. I don't know.
That's so interesting. It depends. The same thing happened to me. My evening gown for Galaxy when I competed at Canada came actually the day before, and luckily I have a good relationship with the dress store that I work with, and they were able to get the seamstress in the day it came in, fix it up, and off I went to Toronto. But I don't know. I think it's part of like the pageant bug of like you have to get something almost late, but like in time. It's just the extra stress everyone needs to go through at least once.
That's what everyone said. They're like, no, that's how it works in pageant land. You get it, but you just have to stress about it.
Exactly. It ends up working out always, but yeah.
Story of my life.
No,
it really is. So, what's next for you, I guess? I know this is your first appearance. What's next for you?
I am, and this is a first for me, and I am truly excited. I am judging a baby pageant.
What?
How do you judge a baby? As long as it doesn't have a
hard.
spray tan, we're good.
Oh my
It's actually very hard. Like I've judged like our style of pageants and then baby pageants, and it's actually harder, I would say.
Way harder. They're babies.
What do you do?
I don't
and
know.
they're being held they're being held like actually all the time because they're babies, they can't walk.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're all gonna win.
I know.
Yeah.
Perfect tens.
But like, how could you do that to a baby? Like, you're literally getting someone to judge your child. Like, judge my baby, guys.
We put ourselves out to judge. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're a baby.
I don't know.
I honestly think it's like how cute their outfit is, and maybe like
That's
if
what
they're
I
not
think.
crying.
Yeah, that's the personality score.
Not crying.
Check.
Yeah, check. Yeah.
So
You'll
what
be
are you
good, though. That'll be
looking
fun.
for? What are you looking for in a baby for this pageant?
Oh, the makeup needs to be flawless. Eyelashes on fleek. Spray tan. They better be there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, what about their teeth? Do they get like, what is it, a flap?
Oh yeah, I want
Flipper
flippers.
Yeah,
I want
flipper.
flippers.
Yeah.
Little wiglets.
The perfect white socks out of the white shoe.
Yeah, with the little frilly.
bow.
I want full
Perfect.
glitz on these
Well,
bebes.
If you're competing at that pageant, babies, you know what to look for. And we're going. There you go.
There we go.
That's exciting.
The things on the pageant sit down that go on. Even when we were talking to Trisha, like in the hallway at the pageant, before she had competed on stage or anything, we were like, well, if you win, we'll get you on the podcast. And here we are. Like,
Oh my God, that's
we literally
so
speak it into
true.
existence.
We do have a tendency to do that, because if you think about it, Alexis did the same thing.
Yep.
She was on our show the week of the pageant,
Yep.
and then she got crowned. We saw, Liz, we gotta be careful what we say.
Wow.
We're like the Simpsons. Oh my God.
I hope I don't know any of the names of the babies, because I really hope I'm not jinxing anybody. Like, ugh.
That's
Oh my
so
gosh.
true.
Yeah, it's good though. People are gonna come on the podcast now for literally everything.
Yeah,
because
they're like,
it has the
if you haven't
special
been on the
sauce.
podcast, you can't win.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, there's people who won that weren't on our show, but
It is true.
I mean, 2 queens, yes. That's wild. Like, we
Yeah.
are big on manifestation, so I guess
Huge.
that's what we do.
It's the mindset. Mindset's half the battle. I think that's what we've learned here today. Like, and it's something sometimes you can't even control it, but like it's something you have to work on for so long that basically the day you sign up, that's as important as like walking, you know? So
100%. 100%.
yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, love it. Regina, did we have any more questions that I missed? Just making sure.
I don't think so. I feel like we got all the
We
questions.
got them too.
I also apologize. I glitched a little bit, so I had to turn my phone off because I think it was reading or grabbing the internet. But I don't think we do. But there are a few comments in the chats. Janice McGregor says, I've been loving following your contributions to children in your city. Way to go, Trisha. Woo, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. So, Trisha, you have been on your Galaxy journey for 2 years. You have 1 more year to go. What is something that you are looking forward to at internationals? Because you've lived vicariously through all of us. What are you looking forward to?
I'm obviously like the white party looks pretty fun. I'm excited for that. And poolside glam shoot. And also Cindy really puts together like a very good airport scene.
It's very
like an airport scene.
It's very good, yes.
So excited for the airport.
The airport's actually a large event for Canada Galaxy. That is like, I would say, one of the most planned out things of the whole week.
It is.
We love it.
Yes. I think it's Cindy's must have. Like, she can go without, I mean, she can't, but she can go without other photos. She's probably like, Regina, shut up. Other events or moments within internationals, but if she doesn't get that photo at the airport or those reels at the airport, good luck, ladies.
The thing is, they're so great though, because you get the whole team together. Because when you're at internationals, juniors are one way, seniors are other way. You know, things get all crazy, fun, crazy, but crazy. And yeah, and everyone's in a good mindset, traveling and like getting there. The excitement's there. The photos always turn out really well, so it's the best part. Best photos of the week, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
I always look forward to the airport photo shoot.
Yes.
That is the one thing where when I finally got to the airport photo shoot, I was like, finally, it's actually happening.
It's starting. It's
it's real.
Yeah.
And then it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're back at the airport in a completely different outfit and a completely different mood. Exactly.
Yep.
She doesn't take those pictures. She just takes the ones that you
Yeah. Do you have any tips for me, Regine? You've given me some great tips up until this point.
Dealing with Cindy in internationals or just in general?
Just internationals in general.
Just kidding, Cindy. We love you. Just like I said before, like, be in the moment. Like, literally, if I could go back in time, that is the one thing I would tell myself. Ask Liz the amount of times I've called her throughout the week to just help me get out of that mindset. I think what got me was watching rehearsals and watching everyone do their thing. Do not compare yourself to them. At the end of the day, you won for a reason. Denise says it best, every girl is destined for the crown, whether it be your moment or someone else's, but you have your crown and there's a reason why you have it. So don't compare yourself to them. Eat as much as you can leading up to it. I'm sure Jenna has shared lots of stories with you. Rest as much as you can. Emergency will be your best friend. And just enjoy it. Enjoy your reign. I know Liz will attest to this. Enjoy your reign. It goes by so fast. Hers was faster than mine. Hers was 4 months. Mine was 2 years. Enjoy your reign. Enjoy every minute of it. It gets crazy sometimes, especially when things ramp up for internationals. Like, did I get my appearances? Did I get my photos? Did I get my outfits approved? But still be in that moment and really take it in, because you don't get it back unless you're Alexis and you win and get to go back. But that's a whole other story.
It's a very specific story too. So, yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Same thing for me. It's honestly, the pace of it is just so fast, and that's kind of with any pageant, so you'd be familiar with that. But just know that you've done all the work in advance to let you be the winner, and you have to just keep reminding yourself that, because everyone's done the same amount of work, and the winner will be the winner. But don't think that you've done less or you're less prepared than others. Just because of one thing you may see, or it's easy to get caught off guard, but I'm sure you'll do great. I have full faith.
And Liz is the pageant stalker, so she knows what you're capable of.
Right.
She's not lying.
I know what everyone's capable of. Everyone in pageants.
I love that.
It's a little scary, but we got the pageant stalker on the pageant sit down.
Not scary, okay? It's supportive.
Okay, so it's the girl who's like, oh, I know everything about you. I'm like, I don't even know who you are, but okay, nice to meet you.
Rude. See, you need a little bit more of me in you. You need to know what's happening.
I do.
Yeah.
Melissa Gregory, so Chanel's sister, says, yes, you won for a reason. Amen to that. And you did so well on that stage.
That's right.
Thank you.
You did so great. But as we start to wrap things up, I know we talked a lot about your Galaxy experience, your pageant experience, and your Peloton experience. What is one fun fact, I guess, as we wrap things up, about you that you want our viewers in the world to know, the Galaxy to know?
Oh my gosh. That is definitely the hardest question that you asked. A fun fact about me. What? This is what stumps me. Oh my goodness. I have a fear of cardboard.
Wow.
And everybody needs to know this is really serious stuff. This is really important.
You know what?
Cardboard phobia is real.
Okay. No cardboard cutouts of Trisha
me out.
this year.
I can't touch it. I can't touch the cardboard.
I'm not laughing at you, Trisha. I'm laughing at Liz's comment. No cardboard cutouts of Trisha.
Don't scare her.
Yeah, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
She doesn't want it. That's good to know. I was thinking about making one, so I'm glad I know.
Oh my god, that is really good to know. Cindy, keep all cardboard. If Trisha pisses you off, send her a box. But
literally, yeah. If an Amazon package or something comes, I can't touch it. I can't hear it. It's gross. I know that's really weird. I don't know where that came from, but I panicked. So here we are.
Canada, ladies and gentlemen. There you
go.
Cardboard.
I like that fun fact. That's great.
Yeah. Noted. Do not ever send her a box.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, Cindy usually sends her stuff in that pretty pink bubble envelope stuff. So we Gucci. We're good there.
We're good. Well, that's convenient. That's very good.
I'm stumped. I've never heard that before. That's great though. That's great. We've definitely learned a lot about you tonight, and I know we are going to learn so much more about you during your reign. If people wanted to follow your journey, I know you just got access to the Instagram account. So where can people find you?
Literally an hour before this. Thank you, Cindy. I know you worked really hard for that. Mrs. Galaxy Canada. That is me. Oh my gosh, that's me.
It's you.
That was amazing.
Yes. Thank you guys
Awesome.
so
And
much for having me.
Of course.
Day made. Day
We
made.
love
Week made.
it.
Month made.
you can't say that. You just won.
I can.
All right. Well, so yes, you guys can follow her on all social medias at Mrs. Galaxy Canada. Liz, where can people find you?
Pageant stuff, you can find me at Elizabeth Murdoch Pageantry, and I was doing hair and makeup all weekend, so if you want to see what some of my girls look like at Canada Galaxy and give them some love, you can go on to Elizabeth Murdoch Artistry. I'm booking for Canada United World, Canada's Perfect. We're traveling this year, so I'm excited about that. How about you, Regine? Thank you.
I love that for her too. She actually did my hair for photos that you will be seeing released shortly. So you guys can find me here on my YouTube channel where you are watching the Pageant Sit Down. Like I said, today is episode 90. So if you have enjoyed the Pageant Sit Down series so far, make sure you subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at It's Regina Lena. And if you're interested in getting yourself some merch, I know I'll bring Liz back on camera. If you'd like to get yourself some merch, we also have hoodies. Let us know.
Yeah.
We're thinking about you, Janice. So let us know. And we will be in touch. But in the meantime, Trisha, we are so ecstatic to have you here on the Sit Down. I know it's something that we talked about in the hallways. Day 2 of pageant weekend, and we are both so grateful that you made it your pit stop, your first stop actually here with us.
First stop.
Mm-hmm.
First stop, best stop.
Yes.
We're so excited for you. Yay. I'm so
Thank
excited
you,
to watch your journey.
Yes. We've watched your journey for 2 years. We're continuing to watch it as you get to internationals. Best of luck to you and your sister.
Thank
queens.
you.
We love you so much and hope to see you in Toronto.
Yes, I'm coming for visits, gals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you are. And with that, thank you everyone for tuning into episode 90. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.